John Esformes, the first time he showed up here, was a wreck. And smart, younger, and interested.
Johnny was here 3 times, so the first 2 times didn't work out very well. A few of the essentials in recovery are to be able to be teachable, to learn new things, and then find a way to integrate those things into a way of living. And Johnny really struggled with that the first 2 times.
My life was a wreck and John's life was a wreck because we took a lot of things and we didn't add to the world. And when you take and take, there's a hole that you can never fill with what you took. But as you start to give, that hole starts to fill up.
You see like a lot of construction going on around Los Angeles, and a lot of times what you'll do is you'll see a house torn down at the foundation and then they rebuild on the same foundation. Well, I had been doing that for a long time. Well, the foundation was rotten. You know, let's tear it up. Let's build a new foundation.
He was willing to go slowly and start at the bottom. He was willing to do whatever anyone asked him to do. It became his commitment, I guess, to staying sober.
Someone offered me a job to work a catering gig, passing appetizers. And, I borrowed a white shirt, borrowed a clip-on tie. Guy picked me up here, got into a van with some other guys, went to a house in Beverly Hills. And we're pulling up to the house, and I recognize the house. And then I start to recognize the people, and I realize that these are all my contemporaries that I went to elementary and high school with. And there's all the beautiful people and the beautiful cars and the money and, the jewelry and all this kind of stuff. And the guy who had hired me saw that I was having an experience, and he said, look, I can just put you in the kitchen. No one needs to know you're here. Obviously, you know all these people. And in that moment, I was like, wait a second. And this is it, like I can continue to believe the lie of who I thought I was and live that story out. Or I can embrace this moment and this is the truth of my circumstances. I'm a guy that needs $50 to buy his own cigarettes while he's living at the Jewish rehab free. Right? And I went out and I passed the shit out of those appetizers.
For years, some of us used to talk about it would be really awesome to have an alumni on the board here, because an alumni, not to discount our board members who have been with us forever, but an alumni really knows what it's like to be here, what it's like to live here, what it's like to need Beit Shuvah, and what it's like to go through the transformation that Beit Shuvah gifts to us.
John, being a member of the board, in some very profound ways has changed the board. The way they think, the way they hear proposals. And John, being the product of Beit Shuvah, gives them pride. So John has used his experience to give him more gravitas, and he's using that gravitas to help others.
He's a very transparent human being, and he learned that here. He learned that here at Beit Shuvah, and through studying with the rabbi, and once again with Harriet, and being a part of Beit Shuvah, and I admire him.
What's relevant about John is when you shake his hand and you look him in the eyes, or you have a conversation, or you need something, you're talking to somebody that's present, active, loving, giving, caring, and invested in life in the world. And what John found at Beit Shuvah and what John has embodied is passion and purpose and obligation and meaning. He's made his life mean something.
What he's doing in the world now, in terms of his commitment to help migrant workers and to change the food industry and the conditions for workers is a direct result, according to him, of what he learned here at Beit Tshuva. And so what inspires me about honoring John this year is how one person's recovery can translate into transformation for so many other people.